Hey, what's going on, guys? Hope you guys are doing well. So I made this video kind of as a throwback, and I really wanted to share it again on this new channel, on my YouTube channel, because I really think that it's going to be a really inspirational story for everybody. So long story short, this video that I'm about to play is basically giving you the backstory on how I lost 25 plus pounds using the Kinobody workout program. So hope you guys enjoy. Make sure you hit that like button if you like it, and I will see you guys later. All right, take care. So I want to go ahead and take a nosedive into the story. So let's take it back about a year and a half. So this is November 2018. I was the heaviest I ever been. You know, my energy level was just so sporadic. There's some days where I was just highly energetic, but most days I was lethargic. You know, I was depressed. I didn't really enjoy that much about life. Really got to the point where I was just like, man, I gotta do something about it. And I think the biggest wake up call that I had was my agent here in Seattle. She sent me on an audition. It was a national commercial audition, and it required us to have a party like on a yacht. And so we had to pretend that we were partying, and you know, it was a good time. The audition went pretty well, but at the very end of the audition, the producers wanted me to take my shirt off. So I took my shirt off, and just like the look on their faces was just, I knew something was wrong. I knew something was up. I definitely didn't get that role. So I went to the bathroom, washed my face off, and I was just curious. I was like, man, like, what went wrong? Because for me, I like to analyze, especially if I feel like something, I want to analyze what I did wrong so I can improve myself and get better. I looked in the mirror and I took my shirt off, and I was like, oh man, I mean, I had love handles. I had like, my six-pack was gone. I've always had a six-pack. That was gone. My chest was just totally puffed out. I don't know what happened. I was just like Mr. Flabby Flab now. Like a huge wake-up call for me. So I looked in the mirror, made a vow to myself that I would never, ever be in that condition again. At that point, I was like the heaviest I've ever been. I was like 215 pounds. And so I wanted to lose weight quick. I wanted to get back to my chiseled self because I wanted to get my energy level up, because I know how important that is, especially for the world of entrepreneurship. What I did is I did extensive research. I looked at, various workouts that I can do. I even started doing some of the old stuff that I did when I was an athlete back in high school. It was going pretty well. After a couple months, I lost a few pounds. Wasn't that much of a drastic change. I mean, my energy level was a little bit better, but for the most part, aesthetically, it was not the business. As I was doing research, I would always get these ads from this Greg O'Gallagher guy. Like, I was just like, dude, who is this poser, man? Who is this douchebag? I have no idea who this guy is. Please just stop. Eventually, it got to the point where I kept seeing his ads, and there's this one ad in particular when he was talking about having a Hollywood body, and a light turned on in my head right away, because I was like, oh man, I was in Hollywood. I was pretty shredded when I was in LA, because I just ate right, and I worked out almost every single day, and was doing doing well. So that really resonated with me. So I was like, you know what, I'm gonna give this guy a shot. So yeah, I paid I think it was like $50 for his it was called the Warrior Shred program. And so I went on that. I took a picture of myself, and this was my body, and in 3 months time I want to be able to just be drastically different. That was my goal. I knew that in order for this program to work, I had to see results quick, because that's what Greg said. And so extremely grateful to have been able to discover that company. I got to the point where I started doing the workout. It only required like 3 days a week, compared to I was working out like 6 or 7 days a week. So it was 3 days a week, and implemented something called intermittent fasting, which basically means that as soon as you wake up, you fast for the first 4 to 6 hours. After that, you're going to be eating on a calorie restriction. But basically what it means is that you're eating below your total maintenance. It was hard at first because, you know me, I love my sweets. I love eating cakes and cookies, and those calories add up. And so I did my fasting and I just ate at 2,500 calories. And after the first month, I lost 9 pounds. It was crazy. I stepped on the scale and I was just like, dude. And like my love handles were slowly going away. My athleticism was going pretty well. And then I was just going back to my old self. And so I was like, oh man, I got to keep going. I got to keep going. After 2 more months, I hit my goal. I hit 185 pounds. So I lost 25 pounds in 3 months. And it was just unbelievable, just by fasting, by eating at a calorie deficit, and just by working out with heavy weights 3 times a week. Crazy. And I know a lot of you guys are probably like, oh man, that's fake. But I'm telling you guys, that this program was a total life changer. And I'll leave a link in my description to his YouTube channel and also some products that I utilize. But you know, he has a bunch of testimonials of people who have taken part of his program, who have lost a lot of weight as well, who have put on pounds and pounds of muscle. And you know, as you can see in this picture, I just totally gained a lot of muscle. So my confidence came back, my athleticism came back, my energy levels just as high as ever. And I'm just super happy and grateful to be where I'm at right now. Do I give in to temptation sometimes? Oh, absolutely do. You know, I still have my cookies here and there, but at the end of the day, I'm at the weight that I love. And you know, that's just how it is. So the biggest takeaway that I learned from this ordeal is that you can never judge a book by its cover. You know, when I started doing my research on trying to find the best workout for me, you know, I saw all these Kinobody and Gregory O'Gallagher ads, and I was like, man, who is this guy? I was just looking at the exterior. I wasn't looking at, you know, his mission and his passion for fitness and changing people's lives. I didn't even see that at first. But, you know, at the end of the day, that is the biggest thing I learned, is that you just have to be open to everything, especially when you're trying to change yourself for the better. You have to be open to a lot of possibilities. Obviously, you're not going to do anything that's unethical, but it never hurts to try something new, because it's going to really broaden your horizons. It's going to make you grow, and it's just going to add another experience to your life, which is, you know, which is what life is about, right? Is creating experiences and moments for you to share with other people, especially when it goes right, just as this. You know, I feel obligated now to just share my success to anybody and everybody, because, you know, it changed my life. You know, it really put me on another level as far as fitness goes. You know, this is the best shape I've ever been in my life. You know, I feel like I'm in my 20s again, and yeah, it's just a crazy experience. So, you know, I really encourage you guys to really be open in everything that you do, especially when change comes and maybe you have to adapt or you're forced to change. Really be open to new opportunities, because you never know if that's going to be the right one for you guys. So with that being said, I'll definitely leave some links in my description leading you to Kinobody. Greg's a great guy. I haven't met him in person yet. I hope to one day do that, but he has some incredible knowledge and programs out there. Appreciate you taking the time to hear my story. Much love to all you.